What I want to do now is to explain how locking behaves when you change data. Change visibility, what do I mean by that? The visibility of changes. Specifically, when, for instance, a user in one session makes a change, and then a user in another session tries to change the data that the first session is changing. Effectively, without a commit or rollback, a change to a particular row that session 1 has done will be locked until the commit or rollback is executed. What will happen is session 1 will not be able to see that change. I'll demonstrate that in a minute. The result between two sessions trying to change the same thing is a lock in one of the sessions, and effectively the second session will be locked until the transaction is completed with commit or rollback in the first session. So we do have locking in sessions for specific changes. Let's try to demonstrate that. What I have is one SQL Plus session connected as concerts, and I have another session using iSQL Plus also connected as concerts. What I want to do now is to demonstrate competition for resources between two sessions as a result of a lack of using commit or rollback commands. Let's go to my first session in SQL Plus and insert a row into the category table without committing. Now let's go to my second session in iSQL Plus and do an update on the row I just inserted. And as you can see, I get no rows updated. That means it couldn't find the record because the first session has changed the data, but it has not committed it. Therefore, it's not visible to anybody but the first session. So if I did a select in category here, I find that row, insert from session 1. If I go and do exactly the same thing in the second session in iSQL Plus, I will find that that row is not there. The last row is 45, not 47. So let's go to the first session again and execute a commit command to store it. And once again, we can do select star from category. We'll find the row at the end, and we'll go and do the same thing in iSQL Plus, and this time we should find the row appearing at the end. And there it is, 49, insert from session 1. So what happened to this update? It actually didn't get executed because it never found the record, because session 1 did not actually commit it. So no update was made. Now if I go back to my second session and I run my update, it will do the update. And if I select star from category again, I will get the row appearing at the bottom with the update. However, I have not committed in here yet, so I'm going to go back to the first session and I'm going to try to find that change. It's not there because it's updated in iSQL Plus, but it wasn't stored, and therefore now the first session can't see the change. Now I could actually create a very interesting, unusual, and generally obnoxious situation here. I could create a deadlock. I could actually create a deadlock. The situation of a deadlock is where one row is waiting for something else to do something to that row, and vice versa. They're waiting for each other. The point then is that the one row can't complete because the other row hasn't completed, and vice versa. I'm actually not going to do that because I'd have to restart my database and clean it all up, and it would probably take 10 minutes. So I'm not going to try to actually create a deadlock situation, but the sort of thing can occur in this kind of situation. Let's go back to my iSQL Plus window and commit this row, well, the update that I made that I haven't yet committed, and I'll go back to my first session and select everything from the category again, and I should find the change update from session 2 in there.